Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, the nervous vibes. Hold up. Okay. How are you guys doing? I'm having a little bit of an anxious morning. Not sure why. Not sure why, but it did inspire me. The anxiety inspired me to do makeup. Um, so I'm going to be doing a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers. Also for those of us who find ourselves on this channel without any Piscean anything. You're probably an empath. You're probably needing messages from your soul. And you're probably here for that. So let's go ahead and get started. I asked what this reading was going to be about, and this might explain some of the anxiety. Okay. That connection is intense ASF. And so it's talking about intense connections. I'm not even going to pretend to have any idea what this is about. Let me just get cards ready. I'm about my efficiency today. I'm about my efficiency today. Why, thank you, Kitty Claw. Yeah, the energies have been really intense lately. Like really, really intense lately. The type of intensity, oops, let me mute the type of intensity that's kind of like WTF. What is this about? You know, I don't know what it's about. None of us know. Yeah, it's like this intense emotional thing. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. Had the weirdest dreams last night. They're not even dreams that involve me. I was just like, how the heck am I part of this? What is going on here? It was weird. So I don't know if it makes me feel any better to know that you guys are having a weird moment as well. I don't know. All I know is I woke up and I was like, we doing makeup today? We gonna do makeup today. Okay. All right. Let me shuffle one more time. Pull some of that. And then we'll pull from here. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Hey, whoa, hold up. Hold up. Okay, it's like I feel it out of the blue sometimes throughout the day too, right? So ocean lover. And for all of you guys, if you're experiencing this where you're suddenly feeling things out of the blue, what are you feeling and who pops in your head? What are you feeling and who pops up in your head when it happens? Like the first person that pops into your head. My eyes are getting real big and real intense. You can see the crazy in my eyes. Let me just stop. Let me stop. Girl, you don't need to know these answers. You don't need to know. I want to know, but I don't need to know. Let me just keep going. Okay? So I've decided that these readings are going to be just readings and we're just going to like really get petty with it. We're going to get petty with the readings, not unnecessarily petty, but just petty enough to just keep it readings. If you want to be like inspired soul wise, you know, like really deep and stuff, y'all can go to the Soul Sanctuary for that. Okay. We're gonna leave the public speaking inspirational stuff for that. And we just gonna let the readings be petty Emmy. Petty Emmy, okay? Emmy being petty. Not all the time though. Only when it's appropriate. So, y'all, this is not a secret. We getting started real good. This is not a secret. Whoever this is for you, whatever this connection is, it's not a secret. You might be trying to keep it a secret. They might be trying to keep it a secret. Someone's trying to keep it a secret, but this is not a secret. This is a well-known thing. It is a well-known thing. Don't make me make too many faces and have my face crease. Okay? No one wants to take responsibility for the way this played out. That's the problem right there. That's the problem right there. Secrets and lack of responsibility. Like, this is something that it's this sense of anyone who witnessed it, they already knew what it was. They knew what it was. I think you two are the only ones that don't want to know what it is. Just because you don't want to know what it is doesn't mean you don't already know. You already know what this is. I thought Alexandra wrote hoe. I was like, who you calling a hoe? It's the last part of her name. I don't know. We need to stop acting like an irresponsible hoe is what it is. We have to stop with this, like trying to hide the emotions and all of this and all of that from ourselves, because the reality of what's going on is actually the reality of what this is. However you want to play it off, that's up to you. That's really truly up to you. But it is what it is. Okay? It is what it is. You're not listening to the guidance. If you gonna come here and not listen to the guidance, you really is being a hoe. A silly hoe at that. Just come on. You have to listen to the guidance of your soul, because if you don't, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Nothing that you want to happen. Oh, dedication. Oh, you just dedicated to not listening. You're dedicated to the lack of guidance. No. Hold up. Let's not make a blanket statement like that. It's almost like whoever this reading is for, whoever is going to resonate, you and whoever your person is, y'all both super stubborn AF. The stubbornness is impressive. It really is. That level of like that level of stubbornness and commitment to the stubbornness. It's almost tantric. It's like a tantra, an attitude tantra. I'm just saying, you guys have been going round and round in the circle for a while, and you're just going to keep going round and round in a circle for as long as you need to, until you allow yourself to exit that. Okay. Until you allow yourself to exit that. If you don't, I mean, you're going to be this. You're going to be like, the wind will blow and you're just going to be spinning in place with a stick up your stick. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be just round and round and round you go, using your imagination to have these conversations with yourself. These conversations are the very thing that are causing you to be in so much denial about what you need to do to move forward. Okay. La la la. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow I need to stim. I woke up this morning with the thought to do my makeup and to just mess around. I need to stim, is what it is. I need something. I just need something. I don't know what I need. I'm going to change decks. I'm going to change decks. I'm going to change the deck. I will still read from this deck, but that's beyond my coping mechanism this morning. We're just going to have to like warm up into it. We're going to have to warm up into it. There's different stages and levels of Emmy. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I got to work up to that. So let's do another pulled cards, okay? Innocence. Innocence. You're not innocent. You know exactly what's going on. You know exactly what's going on. You know what your effect is. Whether you're the cross watcher, I know it's the same damn themes. And whether you're the cross watcher or not, you know, all the readings are about the same thing. All the readings are about the same thing. I'm just really trying my damnedest. I'm trying my damnedest. I'm trying to like be innocent of this topic. It's yeah. I want to just redo all the cards over again. Can we do that? Can we do that? It was a little much for me. It's too much for me. This whole topic is too much for me today. Today is such an energetically raw emotion type day. I have a lot of things I need to accomplish, and I just really, this cannot drain me this early in the morning, is what I'm just saying. Intuition. Daddy, can I hold your hand? Can I just hold your hand for a moment? All right, let me get over myself. So it's this message almost like you're over there on the shoreline and someone has to do some like pretty wicked base jumping to get to you and to kind of like leave whatever it is as water under the bridge. Okay. It's almost like you've left it behind and they're trying to catch up and, they got to do some base jumping. They got to do some base jumping. They got to jump off the bridge with all their gear so that they can catch up to you. Base jumping. Thank you. Okay, you're in pain. Just go. Okay, reflection. Because it's a mirrored soul. Yes, this is a reading about mirrored souls. So, reflection, mirrored souls, whoever this is, they're reflecting on whatever happened. And whatever it was that happened, it's almost as though they feel as though they imagined the reasons for this to kind of crash and burn. And all I have to say about that is we don't need no water. Let the mother flipper burn. Burn. And I'm not being catty. It's a song. Michael says I'm being catty. It's not cattiness. It's a song. It's called Lyric Recall. So you have to center yourself. Center yourself in whatever the truth is, right? Center yourself. Allow yourself to get very, very quiet within the experiences that you've had during this period that you've had time to think. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to be like insolent, insolent, or if I'm going to behave today. I think I'll behave. I don't know if being defiant right now is worth the squeeze. I don't know if that juice is worth the squeeze. So let me behave myself. Guardian angel. Mhm. Mhm. That's me with my attitude, and there's Michael. You think he's offering me a flower, but he's actually picking the petals and the leaves off that rose bush stem so he could whip me with it. Uh, you're being guided and guarded to further yourself, to go further down the path without having to suffer the consequences. Behave today. It's not worth it. Sometimes a girl just wants to be whipped, is what it is. Michael said, did you really say that? Not to you. I was not saying that to you. Sometimes people just want to be paddled. I'm not saying I do. And I'm not saying right now by you. I'm saying let people make up their own minds. Love. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Someone is offering a peace offering, right? Can harps be used for dramatic music? I think so. I think if you're like a very romantic person, instead of using a violin, you'd use a harp. She's over there like preparing. She's preparing to play her drama instrument. But then it's like they're offering a dove, this peace offering. Like maybe the bickering is finished. I'm getting real hot. Maybe the bickering is finished now. And, have you seen the TikTok of a restaurant that will paddle you on the butt if you don't finish your food? No, I haven't. But I'm pretty sure that now that you've mentioned it and I've said it out loud in the presence of my phone, TikTok will absolutely like show me. Okay. I'm just naturally a happy person. Angry but happy. Right before I came live, part of the reason why it took me a little bit longer to get live was because my husband came into the live stream room, which is this room, and he had to show me this video. And the video was of a little girl just like dancing in the restaurant at the table because if you feed me good food, he's like, I just have to see this because it totally reminded me of you. When you put really good food in front of me, like yeah, this food is good, and that's just food makes me happy. Food makes me happy. So I'm pretty sure I would not be paddled because I always finish all my food. And some of my husband's as well. And I usually order 2 things. I asked him the other day if I was a high maintenance wife, if it was like expensive to keep me. And he just looked at me. And, I was like, hey, I don't ask for jewelry, shoes, or purses. But it takes a lot to feed me. It takes a lot to feed me. It takes a lot. Okay? So, not that I'm available, but if you were to think you would even stand a chance, you would need to know how to cook and be able to get the finest, freshest ingredients. Mm-hmm. Right? Mark, you remember that grilled cheese with white wine sauce? Oh my God. with white wine cream sauce made from scratch. What, bitches? I'm just saying. Peace. See, look, someone's offering that peace. See what I'm saying? They're offering that peace. Oh my God. So that's you, right? Not the lamb, but the Michael says use a different finger. That's you. And it's almost like they felt like they were very, very childish in their view. They didn't realize a lot of the stuff that was going on. Um, yeah, they feel like they're a child that wants to just like go back into your arms and fix whatever issues were created. You know what I mean? I don't know what the issues that were created. I just know that, you know, why are you putting that about market salad? Are you going to feed me? Because don't write that if you're not going to feed me. I'm just saying. Gentleness. You got to be gentle if they do choose to come back around. You have to be gentle. Okay? Be gentle. Have compassion. Have compassion for this mirrored soul. And this logic of if they're a mirrored soul, they can handle what you dish out. Ugh. They can't. They can't. They're too sensitive, okay? You're a little too vicious and they're a little too sensitive. So they can't handle what you dish out, so be nice, is what I'm being told to say. That's not my opinion. That's what I'm being told to say. Literally. Hold on. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. One moment. They're very delicate right now. They can't handle your ferocious nature. You have to speak to them in hushed tones and allow them to speak their truth to you. If you approach this in a very rough manner, you're going to ruffle their feathers and they're going to shut down. The openness that you seek, the communication that's needed, it will not occur. Choose wisely. Choose growth. Just breathe. What? I said at the start we were going to be petty. What? I'm saying the things you want me to say. I'm saying it. I don't understand. Why am I in trouble now? I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. They don't believe that you'll be nice. Well, sometimes people just need to be like cognitive of the fact that sometimes you're not capable of being nice. Sometimes you just got to be bitter for a little bit. Okay? Just a little bit. I saw this video yesterday about, you know, if you're going to piss off a water sign. She talks about if you're going to piss off a water sign, you aim to piss off a Scorpio. They're very direct about how they're going to exact their revenge. And it's always in perfect measure with the transgression, right? Cancerians, on the other side, they have a tendency to just hold a grudge. And they have a tendency to kind of like pass it on to the next generation. It's now blood feud. And I was like, I got Cancer in my placement. And then they were like, but don't ever Don't ever piss off a Pisces, because although it's very difficult to piss a Pisces off to that point, because they'll never put the time and the effort into plotting and planning the revenge. But if you can manage to get them there, they are going to be so creative with that, and they're not going to stop. It's not enough to make you cry. It's not enough to make you apologize, because now it's about justice. And justice is a dish best served frozen. From Tupperware, so you can go when I'm done. Pisces. I love it. I love it. I don't love how petty we can be, but I love that we're capable. I love the fact that people see us as the underdog and they don't realize how capable you are of taking it there. You want me to say that with music on? I'll do that. I'll put on more motherfucking music and let y'all hear the truth again. I'll deliver it in a professional way too. I'll encourage you to breathe, inhale the light of your truth, and exhale the bullshit you've inhaled from other people. Okay, let me just stop now. I'm done being petty. Let's get serious. So this is someone that's a mirrored soul, right? It's someone that's a mirrored soul, and they're very, very sensitive right now because of things that have happened probably in their life. No, Marlene, not today. No, Marlene. This is the Emmy Evolving Show. This is not the Emmy and Marlene Evolving Together show. She said my hormones are out of whack. That was your advice. Just one of them things that a girl goes through when I'm angry inside. Don't want to take it out on you. It's just one of them things that a girl goes through. Okay, let me quit for real this time. What were you saying, Marlene? She's laughing, by the way. She knows I'm totally being sarcastic. I know it's really advanced, right? My sarcasm is just so advanced. It's ridiculous. I'm not really angry today, and I'm not really petty today. It's sarcasm, and I'm just enjoying myself. I'm entertaining myself at the cost of the reading. So the mirrored soul is needing you to show some compassion. Why? They're very fractured by something they've gone through. I don't know what they've gone through, but it's not a good thing. It's caused them to feel very, very broken up inside. Their shine has been dulled. Someone dulled their shine. Whatever they went through, they almost feel as though they feel like they've been tarnished. Excuse me. It's like they've been tarnished. That's how they feel. I don't know that they've been tarnished. Thank you, Lily. I don't know that they've been tarnished. I feel like this has a lot more to do with their perception of how you'll receive them. And that might be why I've been so sarcastic through the whole reading, because it's such an uncomfortable thing to have to witness someone be so uncomfortable in their own skin, in their own life. Listen, we all go through things. Really, truly, we all go through things. And the things that you go through add to your beauty, not detract from it. Even the scars that you carry in your heart, on your sleeve, on your face, which is your identity, they add a certain beauty to you. They make you that much more unique. For a person like me that can see the scars that people carry and try to hide, those are the evidence that something, someone, life tried to destroy you. But you just a bad A mofo. You would not stop. You would not stay down. How is that ugly? It's not. It's evidence of your power and your grace and your ability to keep going, your ability to choose to keep going. So it's not an ugly thing. Okay? It's not an ugly thing to have learned something in a very painful way and to feel as though, oh, now you're going to see me as though I'm less than because I messed up and I chose the wrong thing. You never choose the wrong thing. You choose the appropriate thing for what you're trying to learn. And whether or not you're cognitive of what you're trying to learn, you always choose what is best for your learning in that time of your life. It's not a bad thing, and you're not ugly, you're not messed up, you're not a broken person. You're someone in the process of deconstruction, preparing for a reconstruction. And it's not a reconstruction like you broke and now, oh, now you got to be fixed. No, it's an upgrade. It's an upgrade. It's a remodeling. It's an updating of you and your spaces that you live within. It's a beautiful thing. And anyone who's lived through a process of remodeling, you know how messy that is. You know how inconvenient it is while it's being done. But, it's worth it in the end. It's absolutely worth it in the end. You're worth it. You're worth it. There are those of us who become uncomfortable with other people's discomfort. Don't let our discomfort with your discomfort keep you from being who you are. We will acclimate. We'll become comfortable around you again. We'll learn how to kind of take your new frame of mind into consideration. You're either going to choose to honor whatever connection you have and let the people who are capable and willing of helping you to rise to new levels of self-love and self-acceptance, you're either going to allow them into your life to assist you, to hold space with you, or you're not. The choice has always been yours. You've never been forced into something. You've only allowed yourself to believe that you are. Believing that you are and actually being are two different things. Identifying as something and actually being that something are two different things. Find out what you actually really truly are. And if you're still here, even after all you've been through, how are you going to try and convince me or other people that you're a failure? Everything that's attempted to stop you has failed. I would say you're winning. You're beat the F up. Life has been rough, but you're still winning. It's like this expectation of entering into this title fight for MMA and finishing the fight and winning without no marks on your body, no marks on your face. Someone was reading to me. I think it was my son. He was reading to me some information. Do you guys see that? What is that? Hold on. Let me go ahead and begin closing some windows. Hold the phone. Let's go ahead and close these out. What the hell was that? Okay. Pretty sure my laptop is like, woman, we're going to die. What the hell was that? Can you guys hear and see me okay? Okay. Okay. I love this comment right here. That's life. So proud of all who are still standing and refusing to turn them into ugly people. Scars don't make you ugly. Mindsets do. The mindset that you are an ugly person is what eventually brings to fruition that ugliness. There's nothing wrong with you. You've been living life. You've been being who you are. That is enough. You are enough. Allow yourself to begin embracing who you are. This new you that's been born from whatever struggle you've just finished. It's a very beautiful thing. Very, very beautiful thing to be able to be reborn every time life tries to end you. Hope. Allowing that hope to ripen and mature into a gnosis, a knowing that you'll be fine. Okay? A knowing that you will be perfectly fine. Awaken. Gnosis. Allow yourself to wake up from this bad dream that you've been having about how you're not enough and it's your fault. Whoever tried to convince you all of that ugly stuff, that it's your fault, that you're abandoning them, that you're a bad person and you owe them, those are caca people. Those are caca people. Cacapees. Those are cacapees. They're caca people. Why do I say that? Because someone who truly loves you will never point out how much they've done for you. They'll never hold that over your head. They just won't. They won't. What do I mean? Okay, so if my marriage ever were to end, it wouldn't be like, oh my God, I cannot believe you. Do you not even appreciate the life that I've been able to do for us? And, like, no, no. I will never forget how my husband has been the breadwinner for about 3/4 of our marriage and has never complained. And just because now the roles have switched and he gets to help me build something, no, it's not suddenly I've forgotten how much he has invested and taken care of not just me, but our children. He doesn't owe me anything. I don't owe him anything. We choose to be partners in life. We choose to be equals. And that's just that. And should he ever choose a different path that doesn't involve space for me to walk beside him, he is still my equal, just on a different path now. And that's just that. When you're with someone who has to continue to tear you down and hold you to this sense of obligation because they did this, they did that, they gave you opportunities that you would have never had, and so then they bought you. Remember that. When someone has to consistently bring up how much they've done for you, they didn't do it out of love for you. That means they bought you for the time that they had you. That purchase period is now done. You're free to go. It's cold. It's a very cold way to think. But these people, they're emotional winters, okay? They're used to the cold. It's about time they experience the type of climate they create for everyone around them. Dish it back. And maybe that's a petty thing to do, but I did say in the beginning of this reading, we're going to be petty today. Yeah, no, I have no qualms about eventually dishing back the nasty that people send my way. If you take it too far, I mean, I turn the other cheek, turn the other cheek, turn the other cheek. Mofo, I only got so many cheeks to turn. I only got so many cheeks to turn. By the time you get to the 5th cheek, that's because I've spun back around. I'm ready to smack you with some truth. Speaking of, my son was doing some body work on me the other day. So I was on the massage table and he was doing body work on me. And Mr. Felix the cat decided, because I was talking to him with my face in the donut hole of the massage table, he decided to go under the table and jump up and slap me in the mouth while I was talking. My cat slapped me in the mouth through the massage table. Oh my God, I've never felt so disrespected in my life. And I looked through the hole when I felt his paw and claw. And he just looked up at me like I did what I did. And then he walked off. Why would you do that? Why? Why did you do that? He don't care. He didn't care. He did not care at all. He was just like, yeah, I did what I did. And then he walked off. And I felt scared after that. I felt scared. And I didn't want any more body work. And my back is still messed up. I mean, my son continued, but I couldn't unclench my ass cheek, which was what was the problem. My ass cheek was clenched. And when he did that, I felt violated and I felt afraid. He slapped me like I did what I did. What you gonna do? Feed me. Oh my God. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. Walk your truth. It's in reverse. So either you're stagnant right now or you're not walking your truth. You're walking a lie. You know what I mean? You're walking a lie. It was totally a calculated thing because it was a time at night where he gets fed a second time in order to coerce him to go to his wing of the house because he gets like locked up there at night. It's an entire half of the house. And he was just like, asking for that to happen earlier. And no one was paying attention because he was like, and everyone ignored him. So he figured if he slapped me, then my husband would finally do what he was demanding and lock him up in that area by first bribing him with food. So I got slapped because of a turf war between my husband and my cat. No one even asked if I was okay. New chapter in reverse. See, whoever this is, they're stuck. They're stuck. New chapter, walking your truth. They're stuck. They're stuck in that same page, reliving that same thing. Do they need to be stuck? Are they simply needing to just process? Marlene says they're afraid. They're afraid of how they'll be received. Well, so long as you never approach, you'll never know how you'll be received because, you'll consistently be stuck in the same spot. You'll never know. So if you really want to know, do something. Approach. Do something. Put some action behind that emotion, that desire for connection, that, whatever it is you're desiring, do something. Do something. Just do something. Do something about it. Allow yourself to move forward. Mm-hmm. They're stuck doing shadow self-work. Okay. Marlene says, I got to speak some truths. Some truths. Okay, so here's the thing. It's not that you weren't enough then. It's that you made a bad decision. If you wanted to continue with connecting with someone and then you chose not to because your ego got bruised, that was a bad decision in regards to being able to continue. Is it a bad decision in regards to life in general? No. You had to go through what you had to go through for as long as you went through it in order to understand the gravity of the importance of deciding or choosing the other option. Okay? Let's just let's really lay it out there. For many people who are thinking this is like some sort of twin flame reading, listen, it doesn't have to be romantic. If you can't be without that person, then learn to exist as their platonic friend. And that's it. That's it. Learn to exist as their platonic friend, because there are those who are not available in the way that you want. There are those who are not available in a romantic sense, but they're absolutely available and are holding space for you to be a part of their life as a platonic friend. So they can support you, they can check in with you, they can encourage and inspire you. What would you rather have? If you want that all or nothing mentality to continue, you are going to hurt. That's your choice. If you're masochistic, by all means, continue with the all or nothing mentality. If you're done hurting, if you're done longing for something, then choose a different option. For many, when we put it in this sense, you'll begin to understand this is not a twin, this is someone you're just coveting. I had a reading for someone named Pedro the other night, right? It was during the expedites I did the other night. I'm going to do expedites today, by the way. So Pedro, on that public live stream, had a reading, and he and this woman are in fact twins, and they're not in a romantic relationship anymore, but he can't seem to walk away. She can't seem to walk away. They're not trying necessarily to be romantic, but they're in contact regularly, encouraging, supporting, inspiring each other. Just this very deep sense of, I care and I have this omni-love for you and I want you to succeed. And maybe I'm just holding off moving on in a romantic sense because I want to make sure you're okay first before I move forward. That's an actual true twin pair. Where, sometimes, rarely, it is romantic. And then sometimes, even if it is romantic, it will end as a romantic relationship and you'll remain friends in some way, right? If you need it to be romantic, that's not a twin connection. That's some BS that you've tried to shove into a twin box because you want to take ownership of someone. Now, that's not a popular opinion. In fact, I know quite a few people will be pissed about me saying that, but it's the truth. It's the truth. So if this is really a mirrored soul and you really need to be a part of their life, you're going to respect whatever space they hold for you. And if that space they hold for you is beside them in a platonic sense, that's going to be enough. And it's not about you getting the bare minimum. It's about you understanding in this life, it is not a romantic connection. And if what you need is a romantic connection, then you're probably going to continue to hurt and pine away for them anyways. You're not going to be a part of their life. Yeah, that's a very unpopular stance, but it's the truth of what's going on. For some, they don't want to have a second go at romance, but that doesn't mean they've stopped caring. That doesn't mean that you don't matter. What it does mean is that they can have space for you in their life and be able to check in and have conversations and continue connecting and support you and encourage you and help you to feel less alone, more understood. But if that's not enough for you, which that's a lot to be able to commit that to you. That's not enough. You need the sexual component too. Well, then you're just SOL, aren't you? You're just SOL. Do you want to be SOL? Do you? Has it been enough what you've been through in their absence? Has it been enough yet? Like, is it clear now that both of you are stubborn AF? You're not going to get your way. You're just absolutely not going to get your way. And that they're willing to hurt too. Like, it really is no biggie. It's no biggie, you know? I mean, does that connection need to continue to exist in that way? Where you're both willing to cut each other as deep as possible just to show that you're able to do this to them, that you're capable of doing it. I mean, I don't know. That's a choice you have to make, isn't it? That's something you have to consciously decide for yourself, where you're choosing how to proceed. And if you choose to proceed with the same old behavior, you're going to hurt in the same old way. That's a choice you're making. That is a choice that you are making. And if you make that choice, you got to live with it. You got to live with it. And for some, you've already been living with it for quite some time, maybe a few months, maybe a few years. Who knows? Who knows? But if you want to continue to choose the same things that have led to the same type of suffering, you're going to continue to have the same type of suffering. That intention, that not intention, that connection is intense. Okay? It's intense. If you're really a twin pair, that's not going to go away. That's not going to go away. It's just not. And maybe, unfortunately for you, your counterpart is equally as masochistic as you are. Hurt me good. I'm just saying. Don't think that you can use your absence as a form of punishment for the other person so that you can get your way. That's childish. That's childish. You know what I do when all of my children were still like toddlers? What I used to do if they have a tantrum. Ooh, hey, let me know if you need me to help you calm down. But, I'll let you finish. I'll give you time to yourself. And that's it. There was not any of me being angry and screaming and threatening to spank. And, it's just like, ooh, yikes. That's a lot of big emotion. Let me know if you need help, okay? I'm going to be in the kitchen. I'm not paying that no mind. Uh-uh. No. Uh-uh. Nope. I don't like to play games like that with people. If I don't have the patience to do that with my own children, who I have massive quantities of patience for, I'm not going to do it for an adult. I'm just not. And you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to serve as someone else's secondary parental figure. Whether it's a mother figure, a father figure, it's really irrelevant. Once you reach a certain age, you are tasked to raise yourself. Raise yourself in the sense like how children have to be raised, and raise yourself in the sense of lifting yourself to a higher degree of dimensional consciousness and compassion for self. If you want to be in my life, you have to join me where I am. If you want to join me in my life, you have to join me where I am. I'm in a place of empowerment. I'm in a place of neutrality. I'm in a place where I will no longer accept anything less than what is healthy for me and everyone in my environment. That means you can be a toxic person working on your toxicity. That's okay. But you cannot be a toxic person refusing to see how you're bleeding your toxic blood all over us. And when someone points it out, you have the audacity to be like, I can't believe you're going to blame me and punish me for someone cutting me. Homie, put a mother freaking bandage on it. Use a tourniquet. Something. You don't just let that toxicity continue to flow in the environment that you're attempting to enter. That's a big no-no. That's a big no-no. I can tolerate and even accept you being a toxic person who is working on their toxic parts. That's okay. For me, that's perfectly fine. That will not be held against you. But if you're toxic and you lack the ability or willingness to have accountability for your toxicity, no, nope, do that somewhere else. Not here. No spiritual bypassing here. Nope. I won't. I won't. Allow yourself to be a free spirit. The things that are going on in your life or in their life, it involves baptism through the flames. It's a baptism through fire. You're either going to make it or you're going to crash and burn. And crashing and burning is not necessarily a bad thing, because that's the fastest way to get you on the ground, to get you grounded again. They're in a shedding cycle. They're in this cycle of letting go of what once was. That's okay. You can take your time there. Just know, take as long as you need there, because we're not bringing that dead skin over. We are not allowing any of the old, toxic, outgrown, unnecessary components to carry forward into whatever it is you're trying to connect with me with. Progression sigil. They're making progress. They're making progress, and that's a good thing. All right. All we can do is encourage and ask people to continue with their progression, to continue seeing more and more of who they are and their truth and all of this really beautiful, amazing stuff. Renewal in reverse. Right now, they're not being renewed. Right now, again, they're in a shedding cycle. Okay. That renewal has already occurred, but it's still covered in a layer of old drama and trauma. They're afraid that you'll betray their sensitivity. You won't. If this is a real connection, if this is a real twin connection, you'll be able to hold space. You'll be able to listen. You'll be able to encourage and help them to feel safe within themselves and their life again. And maybe that's all the connection was supposed to be, to empower them to walk forward into a new life with a new person. I mean, how much love has to exist between the two of you for you to be able to want them to be happy? And if you're not available, be happy with someone else. Don't pause your happiness just because I'm not available. Like, let me help you find your truth so you can attract to you the person who can celebrate who you are and be happy with you long term. How many of you can be around someone and like allow them the freedom to have relationships with other people and you not interfere, because you know, like, your relationship is done. You want them to be happy. You want them to be happy. Like, and I use my own marriage as an example because this is my stance. It's not, this is what I talk about on live streams, but I don't believe this and apply it to my own life. Like, after I go through whatever process I need to go through to grieve the ending of my relationship with my husband, if that ever happens, no, I'm not going to stop him from seeing other people. And yeah, if he wants to come to me and ask me, what do I think about what's going on in his new relationship, that's okay. The ending of our marriage does not suddenly negate how this man has been my best effing friend for over 20 years. It doesn't suddenly negate that. It's not me trying to give him permission to like move on without me. It's me respecting when he chooses to. Like, if I love you, I love you. If I'm down for you, the type of loyalty that I have for people, and it's rare for me to be willing to offer people this type of loyalty because I know the gravity of it. I got you no matter what. I can overlook so much and not pretend you didn't hurt me, but just be able to still be me despite that blip in our history. Like, it's okay. You moved on. That's, maybe I didn't want you to move on, but your happiness is just as important to me as my own happiness. And I'm going to have to learn to be happy in a different way with a different type of dynamic with you. If you can't have that type of connection with a person that you've called your twin, I don't know that that's your twin. That's someone you had a failed romantic attempt with. I used to think like maybe it's just me because that's how I see things. Like, trust me, yo, I'm not like this with everybody. I'm not like this with everybody. My husband and I have a soul history that is very, very deep, very, very profound, very extensive, going through so many lifetimes. Champion your men. Address the stressors in your life. What? Hold up. Champion your men. Here's a special offer to help you address the stressors in your life head on. It's the final hours. What? What you say? Champion your men. Only if you make me your queen. Sorry. No, it's a champion your men. I don't know. That was weird. Um, hmm. That's a very interesting message. Very, very interesting message. See, they think it's a trap. I'm wondering if, for part of this reading, one of the counterparts thinks this is a trap. I'm going to make myself vulnerable with you again, and you're just going to reject me. It's a trap for you to hurt my feelings. Honey, you hurt your own feelings. You hurt your own feelings with your own logic. You don't need me to do that. You do that all by yourself. You do it really, really well. You hurt your own feelings. There's no trap. There's no trap. Take that dagger that someone else shoved into your chest, hold it in your hand and recognize. You see this net that you think is going to be used to trap you? You can use that dagger someone else inserted into your heart to cut that net down. You're not helpless. You're not hopeless. Get over that part of your journey at this point. If you don't want to accept what is being offered, then just don't. And that's that. For many of us, we have this entire storyline and like drama filled plot twist in our head. It's your head. You decide what's in there. And if you want to continue with that same storyline, no one can stop you. I'm sure as hell not going to. I'm not going to try and stop you. I'm going to allow you to continue to marinate in your own toxic juices until you're good and ready to get out on your own. Because it's not my place to force you to grow in ways that you are not ready or willing to grow. But when you're ready, I can be at the shoreline with a nice fluffy bath towel to help you dry off some of that toxicity. I have a nice, lovely bubble bath. perfect temperature with candles surrounding it, waiting for you inside the house. Okay? Whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. But I'm totally not like, no, no. There's been times where the kids have gone into the pool and they've been in there for hours on end. As long as there's someone out there who can swim, an adult who can swim, who is paying attention, by all means, stay in there, get marinated. And then the kids, they'll come out and like, oh my gosh, I'm a prune. Yeah, you are. Did you have fun though? And other adults who come to visit and they see the kids are swimming, they're like, dang, your kids have been in the pool for so long. Aren't you going to tell them to get out? Why? They know how to self-regulate. But they're still so small. How are they going to know? They know. Trust me. Trust me, they know. We've had plenty of conversations where the kids have raisins for fingers. And they're like, I had to come out because my fingers are raisins. I'm like, okay. The most powerful way you can love someone is giving them the time, the space, the freedom to learn self-regulation. Self-regulation is such an important skill many of us never learned as children. Self-regulation. I'm wondering if that's what's going on right now. That one of this mirrored soul pair, where's the freaking card? One of this mirrored soul pair is learning about self-regulation. That's okay. Take your time to learn it. But just know, when you exit that cycle and you enter into my orbit, I expect you to be able to self-regulate. I expect of you what I expect of myself. Self-regulation, self-compassion, self-realization, self-actualization, where I am working on myself. It's not someone else's job to make me happy, to make me feel safe, to do any of that for me. It's my job to communicate to the people in my environment when I need help with that. Sometimes we need help. Sometimes we can do it all on our own. This connection is very intense. It's creating a lot of destabilizing modulation within your morphogenetic template. Why? Because they're fracturing. Why are they fracturing? Because they had been previously fractured and they were put back together in an unstable way. Does that mean they're less than you? No. That means they need more patience from you. That means they need you to be present in some way, shape, or form to kind of encourage, hold space, help them to feel protected. Doesn't mean it's exactly your job, but they need that kind of help sometimes. And if you're capable of providing that type of platonic support, then provide it. Share of yourself in that way. There's a lot of interference that occurred. This is the very interference. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. I'm trying not to say bad words anymore. And then all of a sudden, instantly, I was rummaging through a very robust mental list of curse words in different languages. Let me not even go there either. Weakness. You can smell it. You can smell it oozing from the weak. I'm very turned off by weakness. I don't like to be in the presence of it, not because I'm better, but because I know I'm susceptible to that. When I'm around people who are weak-minded, weak-willed, if I'm around them long enough, I start to believe I'm weak as well. And I refuse to return to that place in my mental journey, okay? I'm good off weakness. This is someone who's attempting to interfere. They've lost their grip on this person, and they're trying to be like, look, they hurt you before. They're going to do it again. Like, you're leaving me for that. It's giving me the vapors. That's a person with a parched soul, acting and looking so thirsty. Parched AF soul. They're just so thirsty. They need to drink from the river of truth. That's what it is. They need to drink from the river of truth. And if this person, whoever this person is for you, is going to believe that, that's their own insecurity. That's none for you to fix. That is none for you to fix. I'm not even sorry. Y'all made me all Southern. I don't think so. You can bless their hearts and keep moving. You can just bless their little hearts and keep on moving, because mm-mm. No. We don't play games here. You either want empowerment or you don't. And if that person wants to continue to listen to things that disempower them further, enjoy it. Carrying on. Abundance sigil. You can remain open and hold space indefinitely for a person that you know has a proper place in your journey, and never have contact with them again. That's possible. It's possible to do that and respect their decision to never actually sit in that proper seat that you have held open just for them. That's possible. If they choose not to show up, then they choose not to show up. There are specific seats in my life. They are held for specific people. No one else can sit in that seat. I'm that petty ass friend that will hold your seat. I don't even care if the show is half done. I'm not going to let people sit in your seat just in case you choose to arrive. Like, can I sit in? Nope. It's taken. Sorry. No. This seat is reserved. I'm that friend. Whether you choose to arrive or not, that's up to you. Yeah, see. Twin ray healing. It's in reverse. And maybe, Marlene says, maybe landslide brought you down. Okay, so she says, maybe it's in reverse because you yourself are unwilling to see that they're still in the process of healing. Okay, touche. Touche. People need time to heal. It just frustrates me, this whole subject matter, because oftentimes people will misconstrue the entire subject as some type of entitlement, some type of obligatory existence that causes you to have to put your life and your self-healing on hold until this person is present in your life. And that's a lie. So this journey became public, I think, end of 2016, right? I don't know. I think end of 2016. And my journey became public after I was no longer in contact with my twin ray. Go through all my old videos. Look how much I've blossomed in their absence. Me not allowing myself to grow and become the beautiful flower that I'm becoming, that would not have honored their existence. Being able to grow yourself even in their absence is a beautiful way to honor their existence. How is that a beautiful way to honor their existence? Well, because now you're showing them you're just as strong. as they need you to be. It's not about living for them. It's about living. It's about allowing the strength of that energetic connection to be just that, an energetic connection that continues to fuel your rise. Do you know how much of a waste of energy it is if they are continuously pumping energy through that cord to you unknowingly, continuously feeding fuel, and you choosing to shackle yourself to the ground? And what if this entire time you've been shackled to the ground, using up their fuel, they've been sitting there somewhere in the distance, waiting to see you rise so they can understand the gravity of what this is? There's so much more to twin connectivity than just a sexual encounter. I cannot repeat that enough. I cannot emphasize that enough. There is so much more to it than just that. There's so much more. So much more. Again, the shadow work card. They're in the process of doing shadow work, or maybe you are, and that's why there hasn't been healthy connectivity. One of you, or maybe both of you, are in the process of doing that very important, very necessary shadow work. And the moment that shadow work concludes is the moment new options will be presented to both of you. Warrior spirit in reverse. The fight's done. Whatever you guys were fighting over, that's done. For real connections, for true twin connectivity, the decisions that were made based off of, issues with each other's attitudes and, yada, 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 da, 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 da. That's done. You both have grown in ways that need to be acknowledged. Okay? Excuse me. If you look at the work of Dr. Ramani, she's on YouTube. Her name is Dr. Ramani. She does amazing work. She's, I believe, a clinical psychologist, and she has a specialty for narcissism. And she brought up the whole twin flame thing. She did that as one of the topics, and she said, like, we have to be very, very careful. And this made me respect her even more. She's like, we have to be very, very careful, because the dynamics and the criteria that are used to identify someone as your twin flame or your soulmate are basically the same red flags that indicate this is a narcissistic type of connectivity. Woo! Whew. Just blunt. Love it. But she never says things in a way that's hurtful, harmful. It's a very educational manner with no judgment, no condemnation. So, going back to what sparked this portion of the live stream, Moonrock says our society hyper sexualizes for no reason. It's a hypersexualized society. There's a very real reason. When you take that programming and that acceptable behavior, and then you pair it with spiritual quasi-truths, you then create a recipe for parasitic infiltration, direct port injection of parasitic distorted code. It's a fast, efficient way to corrupt code. People think, Emmy, you shouldn't tell people how they should conduct themselves with their, sexual lives. I'm not. You can be as promiscuous as you want. That has nothing to do with me. I have no condemnations towards anyone if they're promiscuous. That's your choice. You know what I mean? Like, that's up to you. Um, my thing is this: we have to make sure we understand the act of intercourse is the direct port physical injection of etheric hydroplasmic code. It's bypassing all of your defenses. Did you know that most people who are organic portals have the mindset of, I want to F you one time, just get it over with so I can see if I want to keep seeing you? Now, I'm not saying that everyone that has that type of mindset is an organic portal, but I am saying organic portals have a very high tendency to have that stance when it comes to sexual encounters. Your energy is being sampled in the most intimate way, and they're now deciding if they can benefit from your presence in their journey. That's why society is hypersexualized. That's why. To facilitate the infection and code disruption. It's not about liberation. Just like feminism, y'all are going to crucify me for this. What was once first started as, equality for women, it wasn't long before, just like everything else, it was infiltrated and it became this perfect modality with which we would destabilize the family unit. That was the first step. And then it was emasculating the males. And then it was the side dishes, destabilizing the family, creating a single parent family unit. Do you see the progression? It's a progression. They're looking for the neurodivergence. This is a subject that would be an amazing, amazing thing to talk about during the Soul Sanctuary podcast. I'll save it for one of those podcasts. Let me get back to the reading. Hold up. Okay. So, I guess so. All right. Hold on. Okay. So 3 from that deck, and then where is my, and then this deck. All right. Card number 25, release a dark wound and let love live. So this is about injuring someone's ego. There was an injury that was sustained. It's okay. We have to move past that. We have to allow it to heal. We have to take out the parts that have become necrotized, the parts that will no longer heal. We got to remove that. We have to let that go and allow for the wound to heal. Card number 26, relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. This is about shadow work. This is about the people still in either your environment or their environment that are swirling around them and affecting their mindset, their logic, the way they're deciding to move forward or not. That twin connection again, it's upside down. They're in the process of trying to make it right side up. They're in the process of trying to correct the distortions. Give them time. Give them time. If you guys are meant to interact in a healthy manner for the greatest good of both of your growth, you will interact again. Okay? All right. So Can someone become that organic portal during surgery while they are put to sleep? We'll discuss this in a Soul Sanctuary podcast at some point in the near future. It has to do with ketamine and the effects of certain types of sedatives. Okay, so that's definitely an amazing topic. You guys should comment that on the Soul Sanctuary podcast live stream, so that way, because my memory is horrible. Hello. So that way, it can be included in a future podcast. Okay, that's a very good topic. All right, we're almost done, my people. Oh, good boy. Four of Wands in reverse. They're very unhappy in the home they're in right now. You know, like very, very unhappy. Um, they don't know if they can make you happy. Let's see. Loss of full tranquility, unfulfilled romance, insecurity, tarnished beauty, incomplete happiness. They think they're tarnished in your eyes. I mean, they're not. And unless they want to believe that you can see past that, then they're going to continue to believe that they're tarnished. You can't coddle that fear. They have to do whatever work needs to be done to overcome that insecurity. They believe they're tarnished. They're very unhappy in their life right now. They probably were in a relationship that ended not long ago. And they're probably still needing to process and mourn the ending of the relationship they thought was going to be a lifelong thing. I don't blame them, like I know if my relationship were to end, I would need a very long time to process why it ended and how I move forward from that. I've already I feel like if my marriage were to ever end, I'm choosing to just remain single for the rest of my life. I don't want to invest in anyone else like that. I don't feel like I have it in me to do that with anyone else, you know? And it's not like, "Oh, I mean, no, people can love you. You're not damaged." No, I don't think I can love other people. I don't think I can. It took a lot for me to invest in this single man. It took a long time for me to invest in that single man, like that one person, to finally give myself permission to fully invest. And I don't know that I want to have that with anyone else. I've already experienced that once in this lifetime, like such a profound love that I don't need to experience it again. I'm one of those people that I just do things once. So if I ever offer a class, you need to take that class when I offer it, because the likelihood of me offering it again, slim to none. I only do things once. All right. Justice. A legal situation or document, police finding out the truth in the matter affecting the balance. So they're dealing with something legal. It's a legality. You know what I mean? And they're finding out the truth in the matter affecting the balance. I think they're finally finding out how much they were manipulated into walking away from you in the first place, if that's what happened. Hold on. Justice. Balance, harmony, equity, righteousness, virtue, and honor. Maybe they're trying to withdraw the equity from their investment. Like maybe they purchased things together. Maybe they invested time and effort into growing a company, and they want their equity from that investment of time and energy. And it doesn't seem like this is something that's selfish. It seems like this is something that's necessary, that they're trying to make sure that their finances are secure, like they're stable, so that they can kind of live on their own. Okay? It doesn't feel like they're using anyone. It feels like it's a very logical type of thing that they are considering and going through. Knight of Pentacles. Hold on. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Stagnation, inertia, lack of determination or direction, narrow-mindedness, and idleness. They've become very, very narrow-minded in regards to how they think people will see them. Yeah. What needs to happen for them to let go of this narrow-minded stance? What needs to happen? What needs to happen? Like, I'm trying to think of how someone would overcome this and how they would, well, let's see what the other cards say. King of Cups in reverse, artistic temperament, double dealing, scandal, loss, ruin, injustice, a crafty person without virtue. They're not going to overcome this so long as they continue to have contact with this crafty person without virtue. They're being emotionally manipulated. They're being gaslit. Marlene says you can't stay friends. Whoever's doing this to you, you can't stay friends. That's just, I mean, to me, that's a common sense. 88, 53. 88, 5 plus 3 is 8. 888. 88 is an elevation in the merger, that point of reintegration of self, soul, masculine, feminine, divine counterparts. 5 is a number of change, and 3 is a number of a solid foundation. That's why they need to come back. I get it now. They need it, not you. They need your presence to help stabilize them and help them to see the truth of who they actually are. For some people, okay, this is not for everyone. For some people, they need to reconnect with you in order for them to rebalance themselves in their lives, their perceptions. That makes sense. It's not to rehash this attempt at romance that already showed that it wasn't viable. Mm. Mm. That's what it is. Maybe for some, their absence encouraged you to grow, and they didn't necessarily grow in that time. They were in a holding pattern because the growth was more focused on you. And that's okay because, you know, sometimes counterparts will have one who grows first and then pulls the other, helps to pull the other one up. Like if you've seen boot camp videos where one person will boost the other and they'll climb this like um uh like fence or whatever, not fence but a wall, a wooden wall that you can't climb any other way. They'll boost you up, and as they get to the top they don't just drop over and keep going. No, they'll turn themselves around while they're on top and they'll pull you up, so then both of you can keep going as a unit, as a team. When we remove the romantic aspect of it, which is draconian, by the way, that's a draconian component. Draco knew these pairs would come. Not a lot, but enough to shift, to create critical mass. Critical mass is what happens when the table, the scales are tipped too far in one way and it just, there's no other way. You can't stop it. Once it hits critical mass, it's just going to keep going and everything's going to slide to one side. So they knew. And in order to create distortion and distraction and pain and suffering and further lower the frequency of the people who came here to facilitate the rise, let's make it sexual. Let's make it sexual. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. All right. Two of Wands in reverse, sadness, trouble, restraint caused by others, loss of faith, surprise. I'm telling you, someone's messing with them. Someone is trying to delay whatever extraction of equity. Maybe this person is preventing them from moving out. If they cohabitate, they're probably preventing them from moving out. If they have a business together, they're probably preventing them from receiving the proper compensation for the work that they put into it. It's totally a stall tactic, and it's something that's causing so much drama for this person, so much delay in their growth and freedom. Seven of Wands, frustrations. You're able to overcome your frustration. You're on top of the situation. So they're doing whatever work is necessary to overcome these setbacks that they're facing. You know, it's fine. It's fine. They'll get through it. Um, hmm. Hey guys, really quick. Someone's energy just entered the chat that's very, very toxic. For those of you who are familiar with my energy and my capabilities, I'm going to go ahead and clear this space and bind the toxic person. Okay? No, I have zero tolerance for it today. I'm going to address it head on right here, right now. So, my energy will always honor your sovereignty without permission from your highest self. None of this work will affect you or be felt. To the toxic person who came here with malicious intent towards me, get ready to feel my wrath. Let me play a little mood music. Yeah, let's do some of this. Yes. Okay. Breathe very deep and very slow. As an empress of the highest degree, I call to me my emperor. Defend me in the way you promised so many lifetimes ago. I will not stop you. I encourage your defense of me. Love that. How do you guys feel? Keep going. You're so close. That's the notification I just received. Keep going. You're so close. I am very close. So, Eight of Pentacles in reverse. People are doing work that's not going to pay off. Whatever work that's done to try and harm me, it's not going to pay off. It's just going to get you effed up energetically. I don't feel bad anymore. You will receive what you worked so hard for. A reaction. Not from me, because that's beneath me at this point. A reaction from my emperor, for I am his empress. An empress is never left without protection. You could never approach an empress lacking respect due an empress without consequences to you. Enjoy what you worked for. I won't be paying attention to how it plays out. Page of Swords in reverse. Spying or deception, reflecting back over your shoulder. An imposter revealed. Illness is also possible. Powerlessness in the face of stronger forces. Lack of preparation. You see, that's the thing. Confirmation, you weren't aware. You didn't prepare properly. You didn't take into account that maybe today I woke up feeling so much love for an emperor from a previous life. You didn't factor in my healing. You didn't factor in my growth. See, this love has nothing to do with sexual encounters. It has nothing to do with a violation of my marriage. It has everything to do with the way certain types of souls will forever love each other no matter what. When an emperor falls in love with his empress to the degree that he would give up his kingdom for me, that type of love doesn't go away, nor does his desire to protect me in all my future lives. What am I trying to say? You pick the wrong one. You pick the wrong one. And it's okay. For me, it's okay. I don't know if it's okay for you, but that's none of my business. Because now he can handle all of that while I continue on. This lack of preparation, being faced with stronger forces. Don't ever fear what your life calls you to do. This is not the first time, second time, third time, fourth time, 10th time, 20th time that people have tried to use me as a benchmark. Try and harm me while I'm live streaming to prove how powerful they are. You're weak. You couldn't even make your identity known because weak ones hide in the shadows. Remember this. You know of me, I don't know of you. That's how insignificant you are in my journey. You're the one that comes here to my space. Remember that next time you try and come here. You're sitting in my audience, watching me on my channel, speaking freely with no fear because you're weak. And that's all the time you get from me. Carrying on, I'm going to get the final card because I do have some sessions starting. I can't even give them hope. That's too much energy for me to give to someone who is not worth my time. All of you are worth my time. People who hide in the comments looking for ways to harm me, no, you're not worth my time. You're not, and you're weak. That's that. That's that. All right, let's pull a final card. Does anyone feel very hot? That's perfectly fine. Hey, y'all, I'm coming into a place of my life where I'm finally understanding the balance of things. Energetically, I have this emperor who protects me. In real life, I have this beast of a husband that also protects me. I'm loved all the way around. It's okay. There's absolutely nothing for me to fear. Not in this life, not beyond it. I will continue to choose to hold myself in the same level of integrity that I always have. All right, here it goes. Card number 32. She offers the sacred wine, so drink. O wine giver of enlightened hearts, offer me the wine of your kindness. For this is the reason you have brought me here from the desert of oblivion. O beautiful wine giver, pour me the wine that gives me insight. Offer me the wine from the sea of love and fill my heart with pearls. Pour it into my heart until I shred the veil and go beyond reason. My spirit is consumed by judgment and my life is reduced by thoughts. Pour that precious wine over the frozen cries of skeptics until their words become warm and their ways become you. Will you say yes to me? I want to take you with me on a wild adventure. There we shall be, tripping, stumbling, falling like fools, laughing our most unconstrained laughter as we drink the sweetest of offerings. Silly shall we be, though undoubtedly we are from the noblest and most royal lineage. Nonetheless, standing inside the tavern, warm and illuminated by the golden hearth fires, we will hold on to each other, barely able to stand up straight, crying with so much laughter, sweet wine coursing through our blood. I'm having so much third eye drainage. Okay. Beloved, you're being offered a gift that's beyond your understanding. This gift is from the hand of the divine beloved, an offering to you that will lift you beyond what you've known, into the next opening of your inner eye, of your heart, of your soul, so that it may caress the earth with the light of heaven. This may sound wonderful, indeed it is. Yet welcome though this gift may be, there's a trick to receiving it, you see. When the sweet wine is offered, you must drink, but also be willing to become drunk. You must be willing to let go of your control. You must trust in what will happen. Trust that you will be cared for or that you may appear to be the fool. You must be willing to not have all the answers, or indeed any answers at all, my wise soulmate, and trust that this is according to the higher plan and not some inadequacy or error. So will you accept the gift that's coming to you, the offering that sacred feminine brings to you now? It's sweet wine she offers. It shall be an enjoyable journey receiving this gift, a wearing away of resistance and restraints towards life through the sheer pleasure of aliveness without thought. Oh, what a journey this is to be for you. So much that is truly wonderful and incredible, sacred and extraordinary awaits you. You who are asked to drink from the generous cup the beloved is bringing towards your lips. So what if your speech becomes incoherent and you have no words to describe what you feel, or if the world around you ceases to understand you? Could any of that compare to the great bliss of being fully alive and dancing with the divine ones in dazed splendor at the beauty of life? This is a party you want to attend, trust me, even though no one will be much interested in talking because they will be too busy dancing. Everyone will envy you, though if you open your heart to invite them too, many will say, oh no, I have to wash my hair and I have to sort through my accounts and count my fingers and toes. It will take me too long and I simply won't be ready to attend. But you go, of course. You enjoy yourself while I'm working long and hard at things so very important. And you may hang your head and wonder if you too should stay at home to wash your hair and tend to your account and count your fingers and toes, and many times over perhaps to make sure you get it right. But then you'll hear the distant sounds of clinking glasses, of music, of stomping and dancing and laughing, and you'll think a wise thought, so wise indeed that you'll stop thinking immediately after thinking it. That thought will be, forget this to-do list, I'm going to have some fun. This oracle comes with guidance for you. Are you having fun yet? Well, you may need to wash your hair and tend to your accounts. That's fine. You may even need to count your fingers and toes, but over and over again, beloved? Surely you can find some time in between the endless to-dos of your to-do list to throw a tantrum and come dancing with me instead. Your honor and commitment, discipline and focus are certainly to be rewarded with some uninhibited nonsense, hopefully. Come, put aside that seriousness for a moment or more and allow the wild child in you to take your body and soul for a spin. Together, let's go and paint the town the color of love. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-hmm. If you don't like the painting your life has become, let that paint dry for a moment and then paint over it. Allow the textures of your former life to lend a nuance to your new one that you're just creating now. Paint your life in beautiful colors. If you must live in a monochromatic way, make sure that monochrome has a very rich play between light and dark. You have the most beautiful potential laid before you. What you're going to do with that is completely up to you. Whether you choose to play, whether you choose to be serious and look at your to-do list, you hold all the power. You can choose both. Make sure you know what you're choosing first. Make sure you know what's the priority and when it's a priority. Make sure you know that you're at the top of that list and everything that comes beneath you helps to raise you back to your rightful place. That connection is intense. It's a connection with a mirror of yourself. Excuse me. What does that mean? You're either looking at a reflection of where you've come from or a reflection of where you're headed. Allow the important people in your life to serve that importance. Allow them to be a part of your life if that's what they're meant to be. Allow them to exit your life if that's what they're meant to do. The key here is allow, allow, allow. Finally get out of your own way. Get out of the way of the connections that are important for you. Get out of the way of the connections that need to end for you. Your life has a genius about it, a genius that was carefully designed by soul. Stop trying to act like you know more than where your life is taking you. You don't even know the end destination. So, with that, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe, turn on the notification bell, join me when I'm live. I go live for more profound talks every Tuesday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I do the Soul Sanctuary podcast here on this channel. I also live stream pretty much every morning doing the Piscean empath readings. I will be launching the podcast version of the Piscean empath reading. So that way, if you prefer podcast type of format, you can definitely download my live streams on your favorite podcast app. And find me all over social media. Emmy Evolving, Soul Sanctuary 23. Those are all across social media. And last of all, I'm going to be coming live later on today. I'm going to be doing expedites, readings, energy work. If there's something that you've been needing to have done, please come and check out that live stream later today. It's my way of trying to give back to our community. I know all of us are working on limited budgets at this point. That doesn't mean you shouldn't be able to access the profound, very, very potent services that I offer. Okay. Expedites are a perfect way to get the type of services you need at like very, very, very low fraction of a fraction of a fraction cost of a private session. It's not to say there isn't value in a private session. You get my undivided attention, private time with me, things that I couldn't say or do in a live stream out of concern for your privacy. I can say and do in a private session. Both have their equal importance. It just depends on your personal circumstance. So I love you guys. I'll see you again later today. Please make sure to check out my podcast, The Soul Sanctuary. I also have the channel up here on YouTube. I don't know if I've put any videos up there yet, but we're getting everything spread out. This is such a beautiful time. Such a beautiful time, not just for me and my journey, but I feel for humanity at large. And I just want to thank you for your contribution in whatever way you've helped me to grow, whatever way you've inspired or encouraged me to find my courage to further my purpose. You have no idea what you mean to me. None. And I will spend the rest of my publicly viewable life trying to make sure you know exactly how much. I got to get going from the deepest depths of my heart's oceans. I love you guys very much.